Book of the New Sun, 4 novels, one big ass book. I have the Tor Essentials here, that being Shadow and Claw and Sword and Citadel. Get a good look at those. Look at those covers. Those are some wild covers, aren't they? These were written by American author Gene Wolfe. Um, and Gene Wolfe was a very interesting character. Um, he worked as a manufacturing engineer his entire career, and served as the senior editor for Plant Engineering, which is a journal dedicated to what it sounds like, manufacturing plant engineering. His most famous contribution being to the machine that makes Pringles. And another funny tidbit is that according to urban legend, uh, Gene Wolfe was the inspiration for the Pringles mascot. His giant mustache apparently made an impression upon the Pringles folks, and so they immortalized him on their Pringles cans. Um, uh, Book of the New Sun is an installment in what is referred to as the Dying Earth subgenre of science fantasy, uh, popularized by Jack Vance's Dying Earth. This is a world that is set millions of years into the future. The sun is about to snuff out, um, and there is future tech scattered about in basically a medieval level tech world. Um, People ride around on horses. They're referred to as horses, but I don't think these are horses that we know. Um, but people ride around on horseback, and swing swords while also wielding laser pistols, and and these things do damage. Um, but I really enjoy the Dying Earth genre of science fantasy. Not a lot of people don't like it, but I really enjoy it. It 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 serves as a really good bridge between that intersection of um, tech and magic, you know, and I really enjoy that. Um, but our main character, Severin, is part of a guild known as the Torturers Guild, or, and let me see if I can find this. They're referred to as the Torturers Guild or the Seekers of Truth, I believe, and penitence. Um, and Severin is another interesting character, sort of like Gene Wolfe, where he contains multitudes. He describes himself as having a perfect memory and can remember everything. And I don't know about you, but that sets off like alarms in my head, saying that oh, he's not a reliable narrator, and he does not remember everything perfectly. And that comes into play in the novel, I feel. But the level of world building in these novels is impeccable, and what I mean by that is there is a lack of world building. Gene Wolfe very much has a history in mind for this world, has geographies and political structures, and very in depth knowledge of this world, but he just hints at it throughout the entire novels. There are bits and pieces here and there concerning the makeup of this world, but he never spells it out for you, and he never like goes into that Tolkien level depth with the world. Like there's no developed languages or like family trees or anything that you expect from something like say Lord of the Rings. And not I'm not shitting on Lord of the Rings. I actually really enjoy Lord of the Rings, but I do also enjoy something that doesn't take that exhaustive uh, step towards world building. And the books are also very philosophical as well. They delve into a lot of very, very deep themes, and this has earned Gene Wolfe the moniker of the Melville of science fiction, and I really agree with that. As someone who has read Moby Dick, it has that same quality that Moby Dick does, where it takes very philosophical leaps in the narrative. Severin's like constantly philosophizing about something or other while stuff is going on, um, and it often it often explores themes of like our futures and our pasts and how that those shape us as humans. And I really enjoyed that aspect. I enjoy literary science fiction. Like stuff like this old pulp stuff is really fun and like really enjoyable. But like I don't know, I need a little bit more meat on my books when I read them. Now they don't have to be huge 4 volume uh, like masterpieces like this. They can be short little paperbacks, but um, you can do a lot in not a lot of space. And I don't know, like I think a lot of authors, like especially during this time period, when all of these books were written, were just pumping out like schlock to pay their bills, and I can respect that totally. But I also really respect the authors that took their time with their works and really did a lot to make them meaningful. You know. But yeah, that is my thoughts on Book of the New Sun. I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it for anyone out there who wants a more meaningful read in the sci-fi genre, science fantasy genre. Um, is this for everybody? No, I could see somebody really bouncing off of this, like, and wanting something a bit more mainstream as far as the sci-fi genre goes. But I think a lot of people can get some enjoyment out of this. Um, yeah, and let's see. Is there anything else? Um, oh, my next read is going to be Venus Plus X by Theodore Sturgeon. So expect that review out fairly shortly. Yeah. So this has been John from Civad Sanctum. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.